The problem is x plus 4 over x minus 3 minus x plus 5 over x plus 2. What is my first step to simplifying this problem? Fowler. Find the common denominator. That's right. How do I find the common denominator? Pemberton. You multiply the bottom two. That is right. So when we multiply the bottom two together, we should have x minus 3, x plus 2. And the same over on this side. How do I find this numerator here in the upper left-hand corner? Alan. That's right. You multiply it by the bottom right denominator. So that would be x plus 4 times x plus 2. How do I find the numerator over here on this side? Collins is out. Storms. That's right. We're going to multiply x plus 5 times x minus 3. Okay, now heads up, what we're doing next is simplifying all this by multiplying those binomial expressions together. And we're going to start with this one up here on the top. So what do I get when I multiply these two together? And that goes to Preston. Close. It would be x squared, and there is a 4x in it before you simplify it. What would I get when I multiply x plus 4 times x plus 2? McAllister's not here. Woodrow. What do I get when I multiply these two together?
You get x squared plus 6x.
Yeah.
Plus 8.
That's right. Remember to do these, you have an x squared. If you add 4 and 2, you'll get the middle term of 6x. And then multiply the end terms, 4 and 2, to get 8. Alright, I'm looking for x minus 3 times x plus 2. X minus 3 times x plus 2. And that goes to Holiday.
X squared minus 1.
That's right, x squared minus 1x, and then what?
Minus 6.
That's right, minus 6. Okay. So now we're going to move over to here. What is x plus 5 times x minus 3? And we have to start over with the sticks. Storms. X squared plus 2x minus 15 is right. And what is x minus 3 times x plus 2? That goes to Pemberton.
It's the same thing.
That's right, it's the same thing as what's on the left. So x squared minus x minus 6. Okay. What is my next step in simplifying this problem? Preston. Yeah, that's right. You have to subtract the numerators. Okay. So I'm going to have, when I combine them together, I'll have x squared minus x minus 6 as my denominator. And I'll have x squared plus 6x plus 8 minus this quantity. Whenever I minus a quantity, what happens to all of the items inside that quantity, Alan? What happens to all of the items in this quantity when I'm subtracting? That goes to Woodrow.
The signs flip-flop.
That's right, the signs change. So I would have minus x squared minus 2x plus 15. Now we have to simplify like terms on the top. So simplifying like terms, what am I left with when I simplify my x squares? Holiday. Just my x squared terms.
X squared.
Yeah. Nothing, that's right, because they cancel out. X squared minus x squared is 0. What am I left with when I cancel out my x terms? And that goes to Fowler. That's right, 6x minus 2x is going to be 4x. And what am I left with when I simplify my constants? That goes to Fowler. 8 and 15. 23 is right. So plus 23. What goes on the bottom of this fraction, Storms?
X squared minus x minus 6.
That's right, x squared minus x minus 6. So there's my simplified answer. What do I have to find next? Alan.
Something with the denominators.
That's right, it's something with the denominators. What do we do with them?
No. Times that to the denominators.
We've already times them together. What would we do with those denominators, Pemberton?
I'm not sure.
What would we do with the denominators, Preston?
Set them equal to 0.
That's right, we would set them equal to 0. So our denominators were x minus 3 and x plus 2. So what would my excluded values be if I solve each of those equations? And that goes to Holiday.
-2.
-2 and 3 is right. The problem is x plus 6 over x minus 10 minus x plus 2 over x plus 3. Okay, so we need a common denominator, and that's going to be x minus 10, x plus 3. We'll do that on both sides. And then to get the numerators, we're going to multiply the numerator by the opposite denominator. So that would be x plus 6, x plus 3. On the other side, x plus 2, x minus 10. All right, when we put these together, well, we can't put them together yet. We have to simplify. So on the top, we have x squared plus 9x plus 18. And that will be over x squared minus 7x minus 30. On the right side, x squared minus 8x minus 20. And that's over x squared minus 7x minus 30. Okay, now we can combine them together, but remember, this is a quantity, and you're subtracting it. So you're going to have x squared plus 9x plus 18 minus x squared plus 8x plus 20. On the bottom, x squared minus 7x minus 30. This and this cancel out. 9x squared plus 8x, or 9x squared. I should say 9x plus 8x is 17x, and then 18 plus 20 is 38. On the bottom, x squared minus 7x minus 30. And your excluded values come from these items here. So it would be -3 and 10. Set them equal to 0 and solve.